Welcome to Small Business Saturday to kick off Old Town Week. I am so excited to launch our Old Town candle. Oops, I'm not sure if you can see. And with that, we're here to highlight a small business in Old Town. We have Elizabeth, the founder of Moxie Skincare, and I'm so excited for her to tell us her story and about her business and kind of what she loves about the Old Town neighborhood. So, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, Jenna. Thanks for having me. I'm Elizabeth Rabena. I've been a licensed esthetician for 12 years. I've been specifically working as a DMK skin revision therapist, where I work with clients with more challenged skin conditions. And through a holistic approach, I help them heal their skins, bring it back to a healthier state. And it just brings me so much joy to be able to do that for people.
Oh, that's great. So, what kind of services do you offer? Like, what does that mean being a DMK?
So there's skincare services.
Mm-hmm.
Skincare services. So I do facial treatments. I do body treatments also. But I guess a difference between a typical cosmetic facial and a DMK enzyme therapy treatment is that DMK enzyme therapy actually works with the structures of the skin. So we're creating change at a cellular level. All of our products also work at a cellular level. So they're not just things that work on the surface of the skin. We're actually working to change and create a healthier environment and a healthier skin.
Wow, that's fascinating. So this is just like a complete science that I didn't really know existed. Is this something you kind of fell into, or did you always knew you wanted to be in this field, or um,
So no, I wanted to be a school teacher. I wanted to teach first and second graders. Then I had my first child. And I didn't think that I would be able to handle a room full and be able to give undivided attention. So I actually stumbled across the salon industry going back to school. I worked part-time as a receptionist, and that's how I got introduced to the environment. I worked mainly with hairstylists. There were a few estheticians there. Really didn't know what skincare was all about until I started working there. Left San Diego for about 10 years. I became a stay-at-home mom. And when my children started to get older, that's when I said, it's time for me to re-enter the workforce. And that's where I pursued aesthetics, but I didn't know about the skin revision side until after becoming an esthetician and working in a spa where someone introduced me to DMK and a whole new world. Other than just relaxing and pampering and putting lotions on, I actually learned that I could work with the skin to create true long-lasting change.
wow, that's amazing. That's quite a journey you have there, and I think one that kind of a lot of people find too. A lot of mothers find when it's time to kind of find what they want to do with their future. And I think this is such a cool niche that you have too, because it is that deeper. It's a bit more, maybe not medical as you describe it. It's a bit
paramedical. It's paramedical. So I can work side by side along medical professionals. It works. We have products where all around the world, actually, there are some products that surgeons will use immediately after surgery, and they like enzyme therapy to prep the skin and to heal the skin afterwards. So our treatments and our products are paramedical. So we work really well with medical treatments.
So with Moxie, how did that get started? I know, did you always kind of want to own your own business once you got into this, or?
No, I'm very shy. It's difficult for me to pursue things where I'm the boss. But just working in a salon industry, I think I was in the salon for 5 years before I said, I love what I do. I think it's time. So I'm still very small, but I have great clientele that I love, and it's something that I'm growing with. I'm learning to grow with. So I love that I'm able to grow with a company that supports me.
Oh, that's wonderful. So when did you start Moxie?
Moxie Skincare is, goodness, 7 years old. I worked first in a beautiful high-end spa in the Gaslamp downtown. I then moved to a small office in Mission Valley, then to Hillcrest, then back to Mission Valley. Now I'm in Old Town, and I love the energy of Old Town. I love the energy that I have with my coworkers in the space that we have. I rent a small room in the back of a hair salon, and it's just it's very family-like working with the people that I work with. We're very supportive and uplifting, and especially during the pandemic where we were closed and open, closed and open. It was really, really, really comforting and uplifting to have coworkers, friends that were supportive throughout the whole situation.
So, could you maybe speak to that experience, just to share with listeners, kind of what is that like being in this industry and just being controlled by the stay-at-home orders and all
Yes.
the changing rules and everything?
Absolutely. When I found out that my office had to close, I was devastated. My practice relies on me seeing people face to face, my hands touching them. So to work from home at that when I heard about the first closure, there was no way. It was impossible to continue my practices, which what I thought. I do have retail, but I didn't think that was going to be enough to support the business, to keep the business going on. Until I learned about virtual consultations. So I pivoted my business also. I created an online service where clients would be able to contact me. And similar to this Zoom meeting here, we had Zoom meetings where I was able to talk to them about their skin concerns, analyze their skin through pictures that they sent me. And then I created a skincare program. The products were either picked up at my office, a curbside delivery, or I delivered it to their doorstep, or I shipped it to them. And then within a week's time, I would contact them again through another virtual chat, see how they were doing, and I was able to see skin changes during that period. It was a lot more work doing it that way, but it allowed me to keep my business open and continue the care that I love to give to my clients.
That's amazing. What is the best way for them to connect with you and your services and learn a little bit more about what you do?
They can find me on my website, www.moxieskincare.com. There is it has a list of my menu. It has a few before and after pictures. It does have a way to contact me through email and through phone through my website. But Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me. It's a perfect way to see my work. You can see my before and afters. You can see treatments, how they look in the office. I talk about myself on Instagram, and there is an easy contact button in my bio where you can just tap that button and you can get a hold of me directly, either through my phone or through my email.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. And I will have all of this information down at the end of this video and down in the comments. But that's great. Is there any other anything else that you kind of want to let the people know about you and your business before we move on to Old Town?
Well, Moxie Skincare started as a way for a stay-at-home mom to have something for herself, but still be able to give back to people and to the community. The business was named after my first child. Moxie is my first child. She is now, they are now, goodness, 22 years old.
Wow.
So the business name was inspired by my first child. The name was given to me as a nickname by my husband. So the name itself has a very emotional ties connected to it.
I love that. Would you kind of be able to tell us what brought Moxie to Old Town?
I had a client whose hairstylist is who owns the salon that I work in. My lease was ending at the office that I was at, and it wasn't going to be renewed. So I needed to find a place. And my client introduced me to Surya, who owns Surya Hair Design, the salon that I rent out of. And that's how it came about.
Oh, wow. That's great. And kind of, how would you describe Old Town to someone who hasn't been there? Kind of what makes it special compared to other San Diego neighborhoods?
Old Town is so vibrant. I love the energy in Old Town. It is a tourist destination, but because there are so many small businesses, a lot of locals still like to hang out in Old Town. I love that it's lively, but it's not rowdy. You are able to have great dinners with good energy. There are little nooks and crannies in the town where you can get a good cup of coffee, relax, in a spa also. So I love that there's diversity within the town, but that it is so lively and energetic and friendly.
I love that. Yes, that's something I love too. I haven't been there, I think, since the pandemic started. So I'm just hoping everyone makes it through and we can have. I love the festivals they have for like
Hmm.
Cinco de Mayo or Dia de los Muertos, and
The farmers market, we used to have a farmers market every weekend,
yeah.
and that's been gone since the pandemic started. So I'll be excited for that to come back into Old Town.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So for a family or friend who has never been there before, where are three places that you would take them to? Where are the must see, must go places in Old Town?
Um, well, Garden Coffee, for sure, they have the best coffee and just the friendliest atmosphere. Uh, it's a place where you can relax, but it's a place where you can also, well, I guess with COVID, you can't really meet new people there. But once it's safer, it is a comfortable place to meet people. The owner and all of the clerks that work there are super friendly, and they make sure that everyone is does feel safe in the environment. There is a cute thrift store connected and owned by the same owner, called Honest Thrift Store, where you can get beautiful plants. So I love that those two places are next to each other, and it's a great place to meet. There is a whole kind of mini plaza in that area. At the front of the plaza, there is a small business that sells Mexican pottery, beautifully hand painted pottery. I love that area too. Just that little section in there is a fun area to just kind of walk around and see different things. You can get a pastry and coffee. You can get some vintage clothing, beautiful plants, some pottery for the plants that you purchased, and then there is also Mexican candies that are sold in there. We have great restaurants. If you want sushi, we have Harney Sushi. If you want more traditional Mexican food, but with great margaritas also, we have great restaurants. Coyote Cafe is the closest, but you can go towards more the older part of Old Town. And I'm forgetting the name of the restaurants there, but it'll come to me later. But Coyote Cafe is a favorite for margaritas and for great Mexican food.
Yeah, that's a classic. I love their carnitas. I think that's my favorite. Their carnitas plate at
Oh,
Coyote.
yum! Yeah.
But good. And then kind of lastly, as a Old Town expert, and I think that's such great insight too, because I feel like a lot of people, even from San Diego, when they think of Old Town, they just think of the park with the Whaley House and with all of the kind of more kitsch, like the old candy shops or like
Yes.
the touristy part. So I think that there, from what you say, there's just so much more to explore. There's a lot more local businesses, and there's kind of when you go to Old Town, you don't have to just hit that part of it. There's more that it has to offer.
Yes.
But I really appreciate you taking the time to educate, and I really have the best wishes for you and your business, and I'm so excited to see where it goes.
Thank you, Jenna. I look forward to meeting you in person soon.
Absolutely, yes. And everyone, I am planning to get a facial with Moxie Skincare in a little bit,
Yay!
so I will keep you updated on how it goes, and just spread the word. So thank you again, and thank you everybody for listening. Stay tuned for uh, more giveaways and fun facts and um, information on Old Town Week. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, Jenna.